Hi everyone. I am making you a screencast. In my class, I want to try to use technology in creative ways. And any of you can do this down the road too when you're teaching. But I thought it would be helpful for you to have an audio recording of what I expect for reading response number 4. So that's why I'm making you this screencast so you can play it over and over if needed. So let me get started. So your reading response number 4 is due in 2 weeks, and you are going to be learning 2 more literacy strategies via this assignment. First, you're going to be learning about the KWL strategy, and actually I'm sure a lot of you may even know about this strategy because I have personally been using it for 25 years. It's one of the most tried and true strategies out there. And we are actually, through this assignment, it's kind of preparing you for your final paper that's due at the very end of the semester during finals week, which I will explain in detail through another screencast down the road. But I want you to begin to start thinking about this paper through this reading response. So the first thing you're going to do is see this chart right here. You can copy and paste this, just copy and paste it into another document so that you can begin to start to list some ideas that you already know about ways to help adolescents learn content. So you've already been learning in the first quarter of this semester about these things through the readings, through our experiences in classes, and of course you bring your own schema, your background knowledge, and your personal experiences to this as well. So I put an example here. What you're going to do is just write a list of bulleted ideas that you already know. These are very specific ideas about what you know about helping adolescents learn the content. So especially if you're thinking from a math lens or a science lens or a social studies lens or just content in general. So I already put one. We've been exploring, that building community is essential. Students have to have a safe space before they can start to learn the content. So that's why I put that bullet point there, and you're welcome to use it if that resonates with you. The next column is this W column, and it stands for what do you want to learn about teaching adolescents in the content areas or your discipline area. So in this column, you're going to write some questions. Maybe you have a couple burning questions at this point in the semester that you're anxious to see if we will explore. This gives me an idea of your curiosity at this point, and I can address that later once I see your questions. But again, I'm not looking for a magic number. Write what really comes to mind. Some people have written 10 questions and some people only write a few. I'm not looking for necessarily length. I'm just looking for the quality of your response. So again, this chart is going to be essential for when you write your final paper, which is the L. You're not going to do this for this response, but if you have already learned some key things this semester, you might want to start jotting those down because by the end of the semester, you are going to be filling this out. We will re-explore this at the end, and I will give you plenty of advance warning. But it's nice if you can every week open up this file and continue to write down what you're learning so that you won't be overwhelmed by the end of the semester when you have to write your final paper. So stay tuned for that. This assignment, you're only doing these 2 columns. You're writing down what you already know, and you're writing down what you want to learn, and then you're going to be turning that in. So that's the first part of this reading response. That addresses the KWL strategy. This strategy, again, is really old. It's been around for a while, and that's because it explores what we've already been learning. It activates students' prior knowledge. So I want to activate your prior knowledge about what you know about adolescence. Then from there, you're going to start part 2, which is called the Pentagon, Square, and Circle strategy. So scrolling down, you're going to be reading and viewing some videos. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to view a video that I have put on the Sinclair Library list, and this is the link. When you log into here, it's going to take you to the University of Hawaii Sinclair Library, and you're going to have to put in your UH username and your UH password to access this video. Some people run into trouble if they're not using the right browser, and make sure that you have a current updated QuickTime player to play videos. But majority of people are pretty successful. The video is a little clunky because it's old, so please be patient with it. I videotaped it actually from an interview on 2020 on textbooks. I can't wait for you guys to see this video. Wait till you see what the journalists find out about textbooks in our middle schools and high schools. So I'm really excited for you guys to watch it. It's not a super long video, but be patient when it's uploading, because you have to, it looks like it's not starting for a bit, and then it will. Okay, so again, I can't wait to read how you respond to that video. You're also going to be watching another video. Again, here's the link. This is on the internet, so you're going to go to the teaching channel to learn about the Common Core State Standards. And all of you are at various different places, because some of you that have already taught in class have already looked at the Common Core State Standards, and some of you have not yet. But I think this video will give you an idea of what are the Common Core State Standards. The state of Hawaii, along with 40, I think it's now down to 43 other states, implement the Common Core. So after you watch those two videos, you have 3 more articles. This one is web-based, so make sure to click on that article, and then it's not too long. And then you have 2 PDFs to read, and I uploaded those. So you'll need the Erickson article. You're going to be reading about how you learn about concept-based curriculum and how you design lessons and unit plans with concept-based mindset. And then you're going to be reading about a class of students who created an interdisciplinary unit. So those are 5 texts. You have 2 videos, and you have 3 articles. And then you're going to have an active reading strategy. This strategy is called Pentagon, Square, and Circle. And the first thing you want to do is, by the way, these are just kind of serving as metaphors. I want you to, because a pentagon has these nice points, I want you to determine what you think is the most important point from each of the texts that you explored through the video and the reading. So on your paper, you don't have to literally draw a pentagon. I mean, if you want to be creative and you want to do that, that's cool. But I just need you to make sure it's very clear to me that you have a point from each text. So just, again, make it very evident to me that you read those articles and that you walk away with the main idea. What is the main idea from that article that you take away? And then you're also going to explore with each of those articles. I want you to, again, this is just a play on language, what squares or aligns with your beliefs. So as you're reading those articles, so you're going to find out what you think is the most important point to take away from the pentagon. And now with the square, you're kind of expressing what you think. When you, for example, watch the video, what surprised you, what resonated with you, was there something said in the video that you believe or that you disagree with? So this is kind of like your personal statement to share what you believe about these pieces that you just viewed or read. And then lastly is the circle. Again, play on word. What questions are still circling around for you? Write at least 2 questions, and they can come, you can write 2 questions just from one of the videos or 2 questions from one of the texts, but think of 2 questions overall that you are left inquiring about or you're wondering about. And maybe, again, just like when you did the one-pager, these questions can be rhetorical, they can be to the author, they can be to me, they can just be philosophical in nature. So again, 2 questions. Once you do that, please upload your response to Laulima and bring your responses like you always do to class, because you'll be sharing in small groups. The annotated bibliography for the articles, the APA citation is listed here. So make sure to keep notes and to add this to your annotated bibliography file. This will come in really handy, especially when you write your final learning, your final KWL paper at the end of the semester. And then you can also carry this into our program so that by the time you get to student teaching, you have a collection of all the articles you've read throughout the program. Okay, so I think that should cover it. As always, if you have any additional questions or concerns about this assignment, please contact me via email, or I can talk to you over the phone about this to better support you. But I hope you found the screencast helpful now that you are ready to jump into this assignment, and I can't wait to read your response. Thank you, everyone.